What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today, BTC USD. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Okay, here we are on this, the 13th day of August, sitting at about $121.6 thousand with 6 hours and 23 minutes left in the day. Looking like we've come up a good little bit. It's very possible that we continue to grow. Let me get this on the Bitcoin liquidations here. Over the past day, yeah, we've decimated the shorts. The longs have piled on. They were pretty 50-50 last we checked. And I want to say they were both at like 3 billion. Now the shorts are down to like 2 billion. The longs are up at like 3.4 billion. So definitely piling on the longs, decimating the shorts. 7-hour time frame or 7-day time frame here. There are still some shorts to be liquidated at this 123K level. Look at the 30-day time frame; it's still right there as well, 123, 125K. So it's very possible that we do continue to push higher before going lower. At this point in time, I'm still in favor of the idea of coming down to about 118 to 116K, something down there to find support, maybe even 117K. But anything lower than that, really, I think is out of the question at this point in time. I don't think that we go lower. I mean, maybe 115K is still possible, but I highly doubt it. And here, I feel like the whole market is pretty damn euphoric, but we're not getting a whole lot of volume, right? We're getting decent volume. It's about average volume, but we're not getting a whole lot of volume. So I'm curious to see how this day closes. Let's look at the short-term stuff and see if we do continue higher or if we are pulling back relatively soon. I would think that we push a little higher first before we pull back, but MACD looks bullish. Stochastics look bullish, and the RSI also looks bullish, bouncing off the 60 like this, yes. Very, very bullish implications there. Volume's coming in on the 1 hour time frame, right? The daily, it's like average volume, but on the 1 hour time frame, we're getting volume where it matters. Oh, but I guess, here you're getting volume pushing up, but you're not really going anywhere. That's the one thing, the one bugaboo I got with this thing. Let's see, from a high to a low. I like it though. I think structurally speaking, from a fit perspective, you look good. I wouldn't be surprised if we did push higher to about 123.5 to 125K. Look at that. That's perfect. It agrees with the liquidation zones. That's our 1272, 1618 primary extension zone in the fibs. It would make a lot of sense that we go there. All we have to do is get a 1 hour, let's say multiple 1 hour time frames, 2 1 hour time frames in a row, preferably, to close above 121.8K. If we can do that, if 2 1 hour time frames in a row can do that, then we're moving up. Invalidate this idea and move down instead. If you close, do the same thing but below the golden ratio. We get below 120.7K. I would even say 1 hour time frame to close below there would make me think that we are going to go a little bit lower, see some kind of retracement back down, and we'll go over where those levels are as well. Again, a close below, not a wick below. Don't get overzealous too quickly, okay? Looking at this here, if this is a relative high, if we are doing this thing that we've mentioned, which could be the bunny ears of death here, the bear horns of demise. I don't know what it would be. It looks more like bull horns than anything, but it wouldn't be bullish if it were to come down. If we were to retrace this, typically in this situation where you have a double top with this little dip in the middle, you would expect prices below the midpoint there. So something just below the 382 could be what you do. When you get below this, though, you don't really go just below it. You go a good bit below it. So what's a good bit below that? The golden ratio, the 0.5. Bitcoin loves both of these areas, especially this cycle. It's actually had a big flirtation with its 0.5. That's 117K. I mean, down to about 115K, you guys. It's very possible that we could go down there. I'm not saying that we are going down there. That's the expectation at the moment. But if we can't push higher right now and instead we push lower, right, we get below that golden ratio, $121,000 essentially. If we get below 121K on a 1 hour closing basis or a 4 hour closing basis, whatever, the higher time frame, the more significant, then yeah, it's very possible that we do go lower. And that is a lot of volume on the 4 hour candle that we tried here. That's a pretty big wick. We got 2 hours left of this 4 hour candle. Let's see how it all reacts. Because if we come back down in the next 2 hours, and again, if we close below 121, not 121K, I'm sorry, that's the 6.9. The golden ratio is where we need to close below. 120.7K. If we close below 120.7K, then the odds that we go down below 118K, they go up a decent bit. So interesting to see what plays out. Let's look at the 15-minute time frame before we get into the 4 hour. We looked at the 1 hour, and it kind of looks bullish, but I wonder what's the 15-minute look like. Kind of have a bearish setup. Oh yeah, on the stochastics too. MACD's bullish. Not really getting a whole lot, but I could see where we could go a little bit lower. maybe we're just getting a flush out here, and then we're going to move up. I'm still leaning on the 1 hour. It still looks like we want to go higher, so I'm going to lean with that for now. But again, just talking about where we would go if we were to go lower. 4 hour time frame here. I mean, the RSI looks bullish as hell. It really does. Overbought, bouncing off the 50, looking like you want to go higher. It looks bullish as hell. All that to say, it looks very, very bullish. Stochastics look bullish, look like they want to continue to grow, yes. What would happen if this did come down and close red? I mean, if it came down a little bit, you could be rejecting even without closing red. So I think it's important. It doesn't need to happen, but I would like to see this 4 hour time frame close here or higher. If not, you still run that risk of coming back down. MACD just crossing green. I mean, everything looks bullish on all cylinders. As long as this 4 hour time frame closes green, I think that we are bullish. If it closes red, if we come back down by the end of this in the next 2 hours, 17 minutes, that changes things. It does drastically change things. And I would assume, I mean, maybe we drop, we just flush out real quick, or maybe it's this kind of long-lived, kind of dragged-out experience over the weekend. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to look. But I think this 4 hour time frame will. I wish I was making this video 2 hours later because I think it would actually make more sense. And I'll talk about it, later today. We'll see. We're either going to be at 123 to 125K later today, or we're going to be on our way down to 118K and lower. Daily RSI or daily MACD looks great. Stochastics look great. The RSI is about to get overbought. Anytime the RSI gets overbought, that's a phenomenal thing, right? If we look back here, we look at the daily time frame. Hold on, let me lock that in there. Getting overbought here. We'll just consider that whole range right there. You hadn't been overbought for a while, so finally you get overbought here. If you look at this, a lot of people think, oh, we're getting overbought. That means it's time to sell, but that's not really what it means. Actually, it means it's time to get excited for some upside. Hold on, I don't know why that went there. Let's see. The last time that we got overbought was here, and we continued moving up for about a week. The time before that we got overbought, okay, I guess here we did continue to grow, in all fairness, higher highs and higher lows, but the main purpose of this being we got overbought. This was kind of the beginning, that first leg up of an overall move that took us to 118K, or 112K, I'm sorry, 112K. And then this here, again, this is the beginning of a move overall that took us to about 123K. So here we are on the precipice of seeing some overbought readings now in the RSI on the daily time frame. Whether it's today, Wednesday, or tomorrow, Thursday, or Friday, that could imply growth over the coming week and weeks, right? This might just be the beginning. It's been a while since we've been overbought. This could be the beginning of something, more or less on the lines of this, where we're moving up at a steady pace and then consolidating, moving up and consolidating, stuff like that. So definitely exciting there. The longer term stuff is very bullish, but the short term stuff, I suppose, is on relatively shaky grounds. I'm still considering, and especially looking at these liquidation levels here, I'm very much considering that we move up a little bit more first. We don't have to. We really don't have to. Cautiously bullish at the moment, very accepting of the idea of reversing here, okay? If we come down and we close a 1 hour time frame below 120.7K, things get bearish quick, okay? And we'll see probably $117,000 to $116,000, if not at the lowest 115K, before moving up higher. That's really not that far away. We're at 121K now. Go to 115K. It's not that big of a deal. But if you want to avoid all that, if we do move up to 123 to 125K, I'd say those 115K to 117K targets might be off the table, and we're looking at higher targets instead. I've got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care. Bye.